What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius news update, and in this update we're going to be going over my banner review too. It won't be fancy, it won't be smancy, it won't look that great because I am leaving today, like the middle of the night. I'm going on a trip, and then remember guys, I'm also hosting FanFest the next week, so I'll have Monday, Tuesday. If the news doesn't get released like today till Thursday, I don't even know, because I'll be at FanFest. I mean, I'll have to be doing stuff there, so I don't know if I'll be able to have a video out, but I'll do my best. And then after that, I'm not going on any more trips. I refuse. I'm gonna tell everybody no. I'm not going. I don't want to go anymore. I don't want to do it. So, okay. Here we go. What do we have in the news today? Well, we have Cactuar Dunes. Yay! Everybody, if you're missing out on Cactuars, you can get those. We have the Fate of the Dragoon, which is a story event. You know how you go through, do the battles. This is where you can farm a lot of the enhancement materials. If you're missing out on another key factor here, guys, is a lot of the time these are the time when you get like a King Mog event. You can get a few, but this is where you want to grind most of your enhancement materials. So be aware of that. Moving on to what we can get, of course, enhancement materials. Yes, ability awakening, and then we have heavy Drake armor, which I think is fantastic. 40 defense, 22 spirit, and 10% to all them resistances. I like it. I like it a lot. So you definitely want to pick that up. The Drake and Shorn Spear, not the best in the world. Auto Bravey is not going to matter when we're boosting up higher than the actual percentage with somebody else like Soleil or anybody else that buffs above 20%. And the 52 attack on a spear is not that great. But going on, we do have a new banner. And this is going to be like our banner review section of this. And it's a big banner. That's a lot of units on this banner. We got double 3-star, it looks like, double 4-star, and then we have Duke at the top here. So we're going to scroll down. We're going to start at the bottom now. We have, you know, our boy Ryunin. Ryunin looks awesome. Dragoons always look cool. However, Ryunin's just 3-star going to 5-star base. Brings out the special to the table. We're going to throw him to the side, smack him out of here. But we'll talk about his TM real quick. Northern Lights. Attack 120. Ice Elemental. Enables Auto Protect. Auto Protect, boost defense each turn. I guess they're just describing Auto Protect. I was like, why is it saying it twice? Alright. So the Auto Protect doesn't really matter that much unless there's a preemptive attack, I guess. I think it goes off before preemptive attacks would happen. Attack 120 is pretty high for a Lance, but there aren't that many Lance users that want to be using it out there. Ice Elemental. This is a TM that seems suited for Duke, who's at the top of the standings here when we look up top, or the top of the banner. Other than that, I honestly don't even see farming it that much. I mean, having an ice element on something is pretty sweet, but other than that, like, it's just not that great. So, moving on from Ryunin, we'll go on to Chari, which honestly looks sick. Looks like a little dancer there. Going to be buffing people up. Ice Headband, HP, MP, 15%, Spirit, 10%. Again, just not the most, I don't know, like, I don't want to say it's terrible, but it's pretty mediocre in the face of other TMs, and again, you're going to have to be farming it. So, to a new player, yeah, sure, this is a TM maybe you can farm up if you're starting out, but other than that, probably not going to be suiting it on anybody, I don't think. And then as far as Chari is as a character, again, we're trying to get through this pretty fast. Again, nothing that great. Has a full revive here if you need it, but we have other 4-star bases that can do that. We have other units that can do that, so we don't really need to worry about Chari except for how dazzling and beautiful she looks. Now let's move on to Mistair, or Mystea, as they put it in Global. This is, without a doubt, one of my must-pulls. I haven't said that in a long time. This is a must-pull for me, for any of you out there who wants to beat Trials. In the future, now, 10-mans, wherever, get Mystea, Mistair, however you want to say it. I'm going to call her Mistair. Get her. Because she is the... Unless there's something new released or they give some new global buffs to anybody, she is the primo magic AoE tank. And we'll look at her TM here. It says defense and spirit plus 15%, fire, ice, lightning, water, wind, light, earth, and dark resist 15%. Not the worst TM in the world. The defense and spirit not highest. It is a materia, but to have all of those elements be buffed by 15% could be useful if a fight brings on multiple elements. Not the best TM, but not the worst TM. But again, Mistair is just insane. She has the same move as Warrior of Light, where she has a 50% chance to cover your allies, but this time it's going to be for magic damage. Remember when, remember how I don't have a guide for Bahamut? Waiting on her. Remember how I didn't have a guide for Blood Moon? Waiting on her. Because what she's going to do is she's going to enable you guys to beat these bosses way easier. She AoE covers 50% chance magic damage. So at the beginning, when he's like mega flaring you to death, like, she's gonna jump in front, and hopefully we can make her survive. Now, she might not survive, but she's gonna take a blunt of that damage real quick, and hopefully make it a lot easier for you guys to make it through that mega flare. So just like Warrior of Light. Then she has Reinstate, which I think is pretty damn good. Disable attack, defense, magic, and spirit reductions on self. So if she ever got broken on the status, she can get that off her, and then restore HP to 100%. So while she has her wall on, we need to figure out what she can do besides that. Like, what can she do after that's up and, you know, going for 3 turns? What else does she have? Well, she has reinstate. So if you don't have enough healing to maybe get her to full, because we're going to be stacking HP and spirit and defense on her, she can just do it to herself. Just, boop, there we go. And then she has this move right here is insane, guys. Again, this unit doesn't have to be your main tank. And she's not going to be, actually. But she's going to be very useful in the situations where there's AoE magic and boost poison, blind, sleep, silence, paralysis, confusion, disease, stone, stop resistance by 100% to all allies. So she's going to be able to cast that bad boy. You're not going to worry about status elements. And I'm talking about on a person who's bringing a lot of flair, a lot of good stuff to your team. Now, she's not the, she doesn't have the highest HP. She can't boost her stats up as high as Warrior Light. I'm going to compare her to Warrior Light because she's kind of like the other side of the dice. She doesn't break. She does have dual cast, which is pretty cool, so you can maybe throw some materials on there you may want to dual cast. She can buff up her own spirit by 100%. She can buff up the teams, except for her spirit, by 80%. She, the one downfall I see to her, and I don't like this, I did know this was in her kit, and I found it out, is that she is 50% less chance of being targeted. So she has camouflage. I don't like that, actually. I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to say just use her for magic and physical defense, use somebody else. But with Nicole being released, I thought I could buff her up with enough TMs. Yeah, we're going to stack her with TMs. We're going to put some HP on her. We're going to put some defense, some spirit. And we're going to make her into like this god tank. And Nicole, she's going to AoE cover physical. And she's going to AoE cover the magic. Now, she still can do that with Nicole. It's just not going to be as... I don't know. Like, the 50% less chance of being targeted also sucks for preemptive attacks. Like, I was hoping she would have innate draw attack, but she doesn't. I guess she's more of like a shell person. She does have Protectica, Shellga, and then she has the spell. So with a dual cast, you know, you could be casting that out. Overall, again, the ratings aren't really happening here. She is a solid 8.5 out of 10 as far as what she does in the meta. I think you really need her. It's a must pull. There are 2 4-stars on this banner, but they kind of took away a nerf to our 4-star pulls. Recently, from what I've been hearing on Reddit, so our yellow chances are higher up. Hopefully that's going to help us out in getting her, but I would say, I know that you guys spent some tickets on Gladio and Noctis, but if you have tickets, get this girl. I mean, she's going to be in the pool forever. It's not like she's going away, but she is very unique. She is very powerful. I've already named 2 that she helps with. I don't even know what other weapon trials come out, because I don't follow JP or other trials for that matter, but anything that comes out that requires magic AoE protection, she's going to be your girl to go to. She's very, very, very strong in that aspect. Get her. Pick her up. So we're moving on now. Ooh, look at this. I'm sorry for a minute. I didn't know you could do this. You see that? Okay, sorry. All right, cool. We're talking about Olaf here. Olaf is the other 4-star base on the banner, which is why I say pull in this banner, because I don't really think this guy's that bad. Robe of Forgiveness, defense 30, spirit 55, HP 10%. We're getting some HP on a robe, which is pretty sweet if you want to throw that on somebody. That spirit 55 is pretty high too. This is a damn good TM. The problem is I see people out there, Minerva Bustier, we have Rainbow Robe, we have Aiden's TM that gives us a lot of these same stats except for HP, and then gives us some MP recovery. So gotta be hard to fit it on somebody probably, but we don't know. But anyway, this guy's like a green mage. Drake formation. It boosts all those stats and gives us damage reduction, which you think would be awesome, but they're really low stats. I think it's like 15% for the damage mitigation, so not as high, but I mean, it's still damage mitigation you can cast on your team, so not the worst, and the resistances aren't that high either, but it's still something for one move. That sounds pretty cool. He also has MP Regeneration, which we want on our squad. As you can see with these trials, they're getting longer and longer. It's about surviving. It's about being able to stay in the fight, and he's going to be able to help you out with that. And then he has these weird moves where he can put, like, killer abilities on himself and do magic damage. He ain't doing any of that. I don't even know why that's on there. But he does have all the bar spells. He has a lot of the bar spells, 70% to those elements going down the line. Those can be dual casted. Slap a dual cast on this guy, and he's going to be your primo green mage, in my opinion. He's got the MP recovery. He's even got a little bit of damage mitigation, and he's got all of those slapped on him. Dang, son. Like not even, like, Minfilia can't do that. I was thinking about using Chloe. Remember, in my Back to Basics, I'm going to be starting soon. Now I'm going to start it. I was waiting on this banner. These 2 people are going to be on my team. Mistair and Olaf are probably going to be in my team. These guys are too good. This banner itself is great for those lower people, the people who don't have the huge units. I think these 2 units definitely up your team. And if you're not using them immediately, like, oh, I'm going to go farm the story event. If you're not using Olaf because you don't need your elemental resistance up, you will use him in fights that are trials, that are 10-mans. You need to have 10 people to fill out your team. Bam, bam, boom, boom, boom. There you go. There's 2 of them. So very good unit, I think, as far as a green mage. Probably give him like a 7 out of 10. I mean, he's not insane, but he's still very useful when he can be. And then we have Duke. Guy looks amazing. Guy has a boss name. He is a physical damage dealing Dragoon. His TM is perfect for Eileen. Boost attack on equip with a spear or a helm, and you're gonna put them both on her, and then you're just gonna buff up. I think 60% to your attack. It's 30% each. I know it says or, but like I think it does stack up, right? Like I'm not saying stack, as in you see that little 1 beside the material name that says you can only put 1 of these. I'm talking about the 30% from when you equip with a spear, and then from equip with a helm. You put that on, that's gonna be 60%. Eileen wants to have her spear or artisan in her hand anyway. If you have an Eileen, which is gonna be amazing after enhancements, you want this TM, you want this 5-star unit. And I've heard a lot of bad stories about the 5-star rate-ups, but I've heard a lot more good stories, so it just sucks for you guys out there that have bad luck. It's just really eats at me. Hopefully that starts changing around now that we have the, you know, the triple rainbow rate going out there. So let's talk about him as a unit. Honestly, he's very solid. He has a Hexa Thrust, deal partial unmitigated damage or reduce ice resist for 1 enemy. That's going to be 4 times, 6 hitter, I do believe, and the ice resist goes down by 50%. Here's a problem with that move. One, you either need, you can apply ice element to his attacks, just like a lot of the other chainers in the game. You know how you could be like, take a turn, ice element, and then do his move. Like, you could do that, so that's like a downside that he doesn't already have it. But another thing you can do is you can go down there and get the first Dragoon's weapon, that 120 ice lance, throw it on him, and that's going to work pretty well. Because he does have, I think he does have lance mastery, so he's going to get 50% when he has a lance on. But the big problem with this for me is it is like super unchainable with anybody else. It is like 6, 6, 6, 6, 29. Those are his chaining frames. There's like nobody in the world that has that, I don't think. Like, unless I'm really dumb, like 6, 6, 6, and then a 29 at the end. That's what makes Titus so hard to chain with people, is he has like 22, 5, 5, 5, which is like everybody has 5s, 5, 5, 5, and then like a big old 29 or something at the end that just messes up his chaining with people. So unless somebody else has Duke on their friend list, and I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm not saying it's going to be very probable, he is not going to be the go-to person, along with the fact that, like, Global did fix jumps in the game a little bit. They made it so that they can have elements attached to them when they come down. They can have killer abilities when they hit. They didn't have that before, but they haven't fixed it exactly how JP has it, where you can actually click when you want them to fall on their jump, so you can, like, do your chaining, and then Duke can just come down and like, yeah! And then, like, kill somebody. That's not here yet. So that's Duke is just... He's solid, but he's not, like, game-breaking. So I just want to make sure you understand that you are getting a good unit when you get Duke. He has the move. He can even break down, I think he can break down lightning and wind resist, too, I think. I think it's what he can do, those 2 elements. He has those 2 elements wrapped up in his kit, too. So he's not bad, but again, he doesn't have very many chaining partners. He's not going to be able to perfect chain, and his full potential isn't here yet in Global until they fix that. Until they make Dragoons better, jumping better. So, overall, what do I think of this banner pull for anybody that's in the game? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm talking about, you know, the free-to-play. Use your tickets. Use all of them tickets. I hope you didn't use them all in the Fantastic 3 times last time, which you could have, and it'd be whatever. But I want you guys to be getting Mistair, and then if you get Olaf as a side prize, you're going to be happy about that. You get Duke, you're going to be happy about that, too, because it is a 5-star unit that can actually dish out some damage. These other 2 down here, we don't really too worried about. But, pull. Dolphins pull. I want you to get this Mistair. I want you to have her in your kit. I'm telling you, I want her. Me. I have I'm missing like 4 or 5-star bases in the game. I want her. She is going to have uses that nobody else can do. I want her. So that makes a big deal there. And then I actually want him too. Maybe not really on my main squad if I was going hard on my Welling, but like on my budget build guide, yeah, I'm going to want him too. So that's very, very important there. And then lastly, but not leastly, we're going to talk about this little spider. Now remember, I am leaving tonight, so I will not have a pool stream tomorrow. I will not have a guide for this girl out tomorrow. But when I return on Monday, I'll be home Monday, Tuesday. I got to fly to LA for FanFesta on Wednesday. I will do a guide for her then. I just want to make sure I got the banner review out there and make sure you guys are pulling and whatnot. So you're gonna have to fight this spider girl. Apparently she's undead instead of bug, which is weird. She should be undead and bug. I don't know if that helps us or hurts us a little bit. We can break down her attack and magic, so she's not going to be able to kill us that fast. Can't break down her defense and spirit. The only thing I have a problem with that is, got to kill it in 10 turns to get this fire resist. And the fire resist is going to come in handy for the 3-star Esper. Start remembering that. 3-star Espers do a lot of elemental damage. You're going to have to build up the resist to be able to survive. But then, it has this amazing greatsword. Attack 118. Holy shit. Non-elements on it. It looks like a 6 sword. And 118, greatsword. Kill without being KO'd. Just get in there and do it without being KO'd. Kill it in 10 turns. You're gonna be able, no smoke bombs. Don't use them smoke bombs. I do believe this is like a exploration where you're gonna have to go find her, so that's why it says no smoke bombs. But you can just use like Riku's run, escape, or somebody else's escape if you wanted to. I know Kefka has it and stuff like that. But yeah, so I'll have my guide on this later. But this seems like a really good trial to get a lot of good stuff. I mean, very, very good stuff. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you guys are going to be pulling for Mistair, or do you think it's a mistake for me to say it's a must pull? I think it's, I don't think anybody can talk me out of it. I don't think it's like the Gumi creator himself could come down and be like, Claic, you're wrong. That's not a good pull. I'd be like, shut up, we're pulling. And then subscribe for future content. We'll catch you guys in the next video.